All right, you guys, what is going on? This your boy Town Biz. So Dana White is making big moves. Just when we thought the UFC, because according to reports that they were like hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, they had reached a deal with, basically the parent company TKO, the WWE, um, will be headed to ESPN. Um, UFC is headed to Paramount as part of a 7-year, $7 billion deal. So it'll be, over $1 billion per year annually. So they're getting rid of the pay-per-view moniker. Basically, if you already have a subscription to Paramount Plus, which I do, you will automatically have access to UFC events. Now, what does this say about boxing? Well, this is just another black eye on boxing, because as soon as Paramount, CBS cuts ties with the PBC, a year later, a year and some change later, they broker a deal with UFC. And I think what the problem is, you had too many different promotional companies. And see, this is where the politics and matchmaking, or lack of matchmaking, hurt the brand of boxing, where basically UFC is just under one person, which is Dana White. So it would be more easier to do a deal where basically you can get the matches made. So as I said before, if you have a subscription to Paramount Plus, well, this is going to be included in your package. So you won't have to pay nothing extra. Whenever the fight is available, or whenever they have a scheduled date, you can just tap in and watch the fight and go on about your business. So this just goes to show you that Paramount had no intentions on getting rid of combat sports. They just didn't want, in particularly, boxing. And this is what I mean, because it took far too long to get certain boxing matches made. They wanted to get certain matches made and they couldn't get it made because of, oh, well, he fight for this promotional company. Oh, they got to deal with this dude. They got to deal with this promotional company, this particular network. They got to deal with that particular network. So now, due to the fact that everything wasn't under one umbrella, which they still should have been able to make fights. And then you had the fighters themselves. So this is why boxing has failed far below the radar. It is no way that UFC, or should I say, you know what I'm saying, mixed martial arts, should have surpassed professional boxing. But it just goes to show you that they like dictatorship. They feel like them dealing directly with Dana White, they just only got to deal with one person. And they feel like they can get the matches made that they want to see. Now, here's the thing with Dana White. Stop. Oh, God, I hate these damn trolls early in the morning. Now, with that being said, now that UFC has a 7-year, $7 billion deal with Paramount, Dana White can't do his penny pinching anymore. We don't want to hear about them not having no money. We don't want to hear about none of that stuff, because they have a deal in place. They have the money. They have everything. They're going to be paid annually $1 billion a year. So it's no excuse why they can't, there's no excuse why they can't pay these fighters. So we don't want to hear that anymore. That's exactly what I'm saying, CB. So now we don't want to hear anything about Dana White not paying his fighters. This is, you can look it up, CB. This is secure. 7 years, $7 billion, beginning in 2026. So I don't want to hear no excuses about, oh, there's no money. I don't want to hear none of this stuff. I don't want to hear about, oh, well, we got to see what the pay-per-view revenue is going to be. There ain't going to be no pay-per-view. There's no pay-per-view whatsoever. If you have Paramount Plus, this will be included in your package. So from this day forward, I don't want to hear nothing about Dana White and his penny pinching. He is a known penny pincher. Oh, well, they all under the same. That's the deal. They're all under the same umbrella. This is UFC, WWE, everything. But they did branch out. WWE is going to ESPN. UFC is going to Paramount. Amazing. Anyway, you guys, we will continue this discussion later on. And by the way, I'm definitely gonna have to say what I need to say in regards to Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is just so weak. He really showed his hand. He really showed that he mentally weak, and he just full of shit. You want to forgive the very person that you all of a sudden you want to sympathize, talking about the very person that was talking all this stuff about black people. Like I said, this new generation of black dudes, they just soft. They soft and they weak. Got all the smoke in the world. All they want to do is bicker with other black people, but then everybody else, they give them a pass. Keyshawn weak as fuck, but I'm gonna address that. But anyway, you guys, gotta punch in, but we'll continue this discussion later.